Sean, good to see you. Today we are talking about 3 retirement risks that could cause you to run out of money, which is, of course, almost every retiree's biggest fear. Life expectancies are at all-time highs, and today a couple age 65 has a 50% chance of living beyond 90, which brings up our first risk. It is known as longevity risk.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I tell everybody, Erin, I've got good news for you, and I've got bad news. The good news is we're living longer, and the bad news is, unfortunately, we're living longer. Retirement was never meant to be a multi-decade thing, right? Our
Right.
retirement planning was supposed to be for a couple of years, but we're seeing folks living 10, 20, I mean, 20, 30, 40 years in retirement. So they're spending more time drawing down the money from their 401ks and their IRAs than they spent putting money in. And unfortunately, the longer we live in retirement, drawing that money out, the more chances we have of running out of money. And from what I hear, that's everybody's biggest fear is running out of money while they're alive. We
Mhm.
want to make sure we can pay the bills, keep the roof over our head, and live comfortably. So you have to do a lot of planning to make sure that you're taking the right amount of money or the prudent amount of money out of your retirement savings when you
Right.
retire.
You want a long life to be nothing but good news. I agree.
Exactly.
All right. Risk number 2, changes to Social Security. It's very likely benefits or qualifications will have to change. And I was surprised to learn that among those who rely on Social Security, that benefit makes up 50% of their income.
Yeah, for a lot of people, Aaron, Social Security is a very meaningful part of their
Right.
retirement income, and 50% sounds about right. So the Social Security Administration or the trust fund has been in trouble for decades. The U.S. government in Washington has been kicking the can down the road on fixing Social Security. So
Mhm.
right now, the projections are we're going to be paying reduced benefits by 2035. So we're going to have to do something. I don't think, I hope, I've got my fingers crossed that we're not going to see any reduction in benefits. I don't think we're going to see a reduction in benefits for anybody that's already claiming, that's for sure. But
Mhm.
they have to do something. We might raise the full retirement age. It's currently 67. That might go to 68, 69, maybe even 70. They may increase the taxes that they're collecting for Social Security. That currently gets cut off at around $126,000 or so. Maybe we increase that up to a higher number so that they start getting more revenue in on payroll taxes. So
Right.
a lot of things that they have to figure out. It will be there, but it might be different.
Right. Good point. All right. Risk number 3 here, inflation. This has been the story of the year, I feel like, for a while. This is a look at historical inflation rates. 2022 isn't even on here. That would be off the charts. But high inflation simply means you'll have to use more of your retirement savings each year to maintain your quality of life.
That's absolutely right. And this chart would not fit 2022. We have to increase that scale a lot. It's been very, very high. So basically, inflation is the erosion of your spending power. With higher inflation, meaning the cost of something next year is going to be more than it costs this year. It erodes your spending power. And if you're retired, you unfortunately aren't making money anymore. You're not saving anymore. You have to now take money out of your retirement savings to pay the bills. So if you have high inflation, you now need to take more money out in order to live the lifestyle you want. And
Mhm.
so it's really important to make sure you have some growth component in your retirement plan. Traditionally, when people entered retirement, they had mostly bonds to produce some income and a little bit of stocks to produce growth. Well, now that we're spending 40 years potentially in retirement, it's really important to have that growth. So that will
Mhm.
help you last, keep that money there for your lifetime, but will also hopefully stay ahead of inflation.
Mhm.
The other thing is within your portfolio, try to find in some of these inflationary times things that are going to produce income for you. If you have a second home, a rental, that's good. Sometimes people just have to go back to work and
Mhm.
get a job. And the thing that I always bring to people's attention is look at your budget, look at your spending plan, and identify places where, if you need to, you can cut your spending. That would be going to restaurants, going on vacations, getting the newspaper if you still have it, not getting the cup of coffee every day. Try to reduce some of that spending so that you don't have to take too much money out of your
Mhm.
retirement
Mhm.
savings.
I'm hearing you speak to a lot of strategies right now. Are there any other specifics that you would recommend that addresses these risks?
I don't really have anything specific we could share now, but what takes care of this or what helps with this whole process is having a plan in place.
Right.
Have a plan, understand the risks that you face in retirement, understand your opportunities, and stick with it. Right, work with an
Mhm.
advisor, create that plan, and understand the hurdles that you're going to encounter,
Mhm.
and just plan ahead.
Yeah, the good news is we know these risks so we can think about them now.
Correct.
So that being said, proactive being crucial to this. Sean, what's the best way to reach you with questions?
I'd love to chat with anybody that's interested in learning more. You can reach me at 603 715 2335. If you want to go to our website, that's daviswealthmgmt.com. When you're there, just click on schedule an appointment or contact me, and you can put some time right on my calendar.
All right, Sean, thank you.
Thanks, Erin.